Well, I think I'm doing this for you because I'm fighting against capitalism this part. Or slavery,
Oh,
which is
that's good.
basically the same.
So are you fighting Edna now?
Yeah,
Is that the climax of the game?
yeah, basically this mission, we decided that this mission is too much for what we're being paid and what we're risking. Not a good look to go and revolt and then still call her Master Etna.
I knew this was gonna happen. Nothing but ingrates around here. Proletariat.
I can't imagine a boss fight harder than the one
Oh, it's
you
not
just fight.
harder. It's just more technical. Remember that the last one we did was DLC. This is basically the hardest normal boss you can get, I believe.
Okay, that makes sense.
She has 4 skulls. Because here's the thing, even Laharl, as annoying as he was, he has a weakness with the whole throwing thing. And Bale isn't that hard at all. It's just, if you let Etna get out of control, it will spiral immensely. So, the thing is that, of course, she's using the knockoff Prinner X's that killed us in the runaway timeline. Remember? When we tried to run away, turns out the ninja was a spy for Etna, and then she sent the Prinner X's to kill us all.
Right?
Just assuming, do you actually remember the situation that got us here?
What do you mean by that?
Why we're even doing this mission?
Cake? Cake ingredients?
No, not cake. Well, it is a dessert, but yeah, we're risking our lives all because of stuff, all because of this. And Laharl was the one who stole the dessert, and she kind of already seems to know that. She's just angry at us for letting it happen. But
Right.
there's something there where I decide, you know what, that's not enough. She's the one who gives us the power of the scarf. So what if she took it away? Because that would make sense. So I decided, oh, I already put the caption there. I completely forgot about that. So we're doing this no hit.
Yeah. Well, this is... I mean, when you're good at the game, you're able to do stuff like this.
It's what?
When you're good at the game, you're able
Oh.
to do stuff like this.
Well, this still took a while, but nowhere near as much as like the DLC stuff. Particularly because of the technical business of Etna. It's not just the Prinner X's that you have to worry about. If you leave her alone for too long, she will call in allies. First, she'll call in Aramis, which was the tutorial person on the map, who was her servant in Disgaea 1. And the zombie expert, who makes the most powerful zombies so much that they can't be hurt by you, which says a lot, honestly. They can't be stunned either. She'll call in Flan to try and kick you. And then she'll call in Captain Gordon, Thursday, and Jennifer, which is also from Disgaea 1, to create an electric barrier. And there are those invincible zombies that we're talking about. Of course, I decided to play defensively here. That's kind of the only way to do the third phase safely. They give you an invincible spin for a reason. What?
That was a good dodge.
Yeah. This was a culmination of everything, and because I've been playing for so long, I had to take a pause and like, all right, I gotta shave off about a third of her health in this one slash and get it right. Do you hear that? That is the sound of desperation and victory. And not even that much.
Nice, best record.
Well, that's because it's the first time I allowed this to even happen. So anything would technically be my best record.
Does that mean I'm in charge from now on? Stupid Prinny.
But have you noticed she barely did anything in that fight?
Yeah.
That's because she's not really trying.
Yeah, I figured.
It's more that we just showed guts and destroyed her stuff. All we really did was blow up her stuff and hurt her a little bit. She didn't even get up from the seat.
I beat you! Go do it yourself, dude! Get your ass in gear and go get me some freaking glue! Yes, Master Edna!
And we're still stuck in the capitalism cycle. Truly, this was a game talking about modern day philosophy. After all that desperation.
Yeah, it's art imitates life.
But we do get some awards, which will obviously distract us from the actual issue that we need to still fix. Yet another imitation of life. I do love that name though.
What name?
Insanity. That's the name of the award.
Yeah, that's a good name.
So I got that for beating every stage, and now I'm gonna get one for beating Etna specifically, I believe. So the thing is, this sort of fight, I do like the situation, or at least the deep underlying situations, just like, because Prinnies are basically humans.
I won?
And I apparently put another section here, I don't know why I did that. Oh, wait, no, I remember why. So, after that, is that I decided to go look up the collection of the Monsterpedia. Other than just displaying that. That was just to show that, yeah, I did it again. There's also the fact that I technically haven't gotten all the awards in this game, but a lot of them are easy. They just require a lot of playing. Like, kill 10,000 enemies, get this amount of points from sweets. I just hate that they don't give you hints for the awards that you don't have.
Oh yeah, that's frustrating.
The only thing is that there is an award. There are awards for getting like Hell's Finest. Going through the normal stage, not the dimensional stage, but like going through the story normally, doing all stages in Hell's Finest, and not dying once. Of course, if you do die, you can just retreat and try again, and you will keep the score bonuses. It won't ruin the reward. And I could have done that, I just saw no reason to after all the stuff I did. There's nothing else to prove, I already got that in the other game, I could technically have gotten that now. Not really an issue. But here I'm going over the Monsterpedia, which I also haven't finished, and I technically don't even know how. Because maybe there are just some enemy that I always... Oh wait, it was probably the slime, wasn't it? Oh, I hate those things. The slime enemies have an inordinate amount of health, and usually have to be killed with a machine. Or you could do it the normal way and keep slashing when they have, say, a boss's level of health, except they don't get stunned. So they're really more of an obstacle that you technically can kill. Kind of like the zombie dolls, except even worse. So, because I haven't killed it, I don't think it shows up here. But you...
Oh, the fire is an enemy?
Yeah, they count everything in this Monsterpedia. That's basically a gargoyle soul. But I also have the secret letters from a lot of these things, which are given by getting a lot of lucky dolls, or by killing a lot of them and getting their letters in the world. Like, it shows that the yellow idols are actually men, and it's like a K-pop group practically in that sense. While the red idols are classical idols. But yeah, you have to, because I have all lucky dolls, all the stuff that I don't have in terms of their secrets means I have to go and kill them. Which, you know, it fixes the situation of you have to kill this amount of enemies to get a ward, because at least you're getting a ward while farming for the letters. And you know which ones you don't have. So that at least helps.
Yeah.
Of course, some of these are actually pretty telling of mostly of the bosses, but a lot of them have jokes. A lot of them are basically basic monstropedias with like one little punchline. I am surprised I did not kill enough ghost fruit. And I guess the ghost bombers I did just move away from. I didn't really spend much time on them either. Oh, I love this one.
Oh, I see.
Yep. So, luckily, we're gamers who actually read, and read quickly. So, this kind of stuff is simple to just like move on. This is more for you than for me. Well, more for the fans and you than for me. Because I've already done all of this. Technically twice. Granted, there's also the fact that, well, when you're making these monsterpedias, like, with my own stories and everything, there are variants, rather, of classical Disgaea monsters. Some are playing it straight, and some are a little bit special, because I think the Unknown, for example, is just a higher level moth higher level Mothman in normal Disgaea games. But here they give it special abilities. So I guess the screeching actually is something you can unlock for normal Mothman, so it could be that the normal Mothman just aren't that high level to get the screeching. Huh. I didn't really think about it that way until now. I love how both the ghosts are just terrible, like, people. Technically. At least by description, one being a deadbeat dad and
shouldn't
one
like
having
everyone
commitment issues.
be terrible people?
No, not necessarily. There are nice demons in this case, and nice monsters. It's just, this world is sort of, it's like the card-carrying villain, basically. You have to be that, and you get respect.
Okay, I think I get it.
It's more so shown in Disgaea 3 than anything. Where Disgaea 2 has to deal with the fact that there are humans cursed to be demons, to be put in demon bodies, and their behaviors. It turns out that the loss of inhibitions and whatever is natural, and so they have to deal with that, and hope that they don't lose themselves in the process. Whereas Disgaea 3 is specifically in a school that has almost every aspect in it mentioned to be a villain kind of thing, and in the I'd say Robbie Rotten way, but like actually effective, but still in the spirit of things.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're at the bosses now. Technically, that last one, Damien, was the tutorial boss, but that was a long time ago, and you probably thought it was just a golden imp.
Yeah, it's surprising just how long ago this all was. It's like end of an era.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll get to Prinny 2, because, you know, let's say that I mean, obviously I love it, even more than this game. Oh, here, wait, before that.
Yeah, that's funny.
And once again, it's both of them, because... And it's just like, the item one of them gives you, I'm just gonna cut it out straight, because I don't think I'll have the time, because of how much we're gonna flip through. It's a recorder. But it says that there's fluids on both ends. Why is that?
Yeah. That's almost like the most explicit thing.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9.
I like how gigantic he is.
Yeah, I haven't been on the thing. Oh, right. Because Turmeric's... what's funny is that they make an actual backstory for why Turmeric is there other than him just making innuendos with everything he says. For some odd reason, Sir Sweet brainwashed his mom to only make macaroni and cheese. I don't know why. But it also comes back in Prinny 2 when his sister goes on a mission to go and try and fix things because Turmeric left them to themselves to become a warrior to go and deal with that to get his revenge. And as we can see, he failed a lot.
Yeah.
Man, I just have we're talking about Prinny 2 now, and the memories, though some of the stage hazards in that game, like, they start introducing insta-kill lasers to prevent you from getting too jump happy.
Are they like super fast lasers?
No, they're barriers, basically. But no matter how much healthy hit points you have, they just, boom, dead. And gosh, do things get claustrophobic with them sometimes. Not to mention they start having... there's just so much. There's just so much they added in, yet it's still fun. And I love the whole Vitals jokes that they keep putting in with this. Especially with Etna having a complex about it in-universe, despite constantly putting herself as a beauty queen.
It's a delicate balance.
I mean, I wonder how they handle it in this guy too, because I think in this guy had Dimension 2. But I think... Because that's a joke that can be easily overplayed. Because they did that with Flan too. But it's like... Cool. Moving on. I feel like if they went back on it like more than once in Disgaea Dimension 2, then I'd just get sick of it. Especially with how much I see it in anime. Especially considering I actually prefer that body type more so than big boobs. So like, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah. You know, animation's all about cliches.
Yeah. Also, I do love the fact that just like we technically don't know how old this Asagi is because they do the Forever 17 joke.
Right.
But on the western side, just like the first thing you'd think of when you hear that is sirens.
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean that in the sense of in like for the Japanese, they're like I'm forever 17. It's like I'm staying young. But
oh, the sirens. Oh,
yes.
I thought it meant the other kind of siren. I'm like, what? Ocean mythology?
No.
I don't get it. Okay.
I do love that that even just the basic items they give something here, because it is another world. Things can just have stuff in them that's actually interesting. Granted, not every thing in this Monsterpedia is a winner. I'd really give a whole bunch of applause. Yeah, like even this one. This one is like the bombs are actually just explosive plants in the shape that look like what you'd expect a bomb to look like. A classical cartoon bomb, at least.
Yeah, and explosive plants isn't a new thing.
It's not new, but it's in the sense that it's just like that's why it looks like a classical cartoon bomb.
It's interesting in this case, yeah.
So even the stuff you can get just for points and everything, and something I also think about a lot is the fact that the Hell currency, I think like a lot of things, is an allegory for yen, which for us is basically just our money anyway. So I'm like, what popsicle can you buy for $60?
Yeah.
Like this was. I'm sure.
I mean, I guess that's the same with like Pokemon. So you could assume that a Japanese game is gonna be working with that instead of dollars and cents.
Yeah, but it's like with that assumption, when you start actually, especially with how our thing is basically. Our level of currency is basically just an equivalent to the Japanese currency. So that's why it's easy for me to parse things like this, and like, man, $60? This must have been a long time ago where I could get a popsicle for that. And I remember it is kind of a long time ago, but probably even less, considering how much Japanese the onus is placed on sweets and how they just make their own. I'd imagine it being cheaper than a lot of our imported stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess it's a dichotomy. Sometimes imported things are more expensive. Sometimes they're cheaper. It depends.
I wish a lot of things were cheaper because they just
Economics
raised
is very
Chinese food by $100 again. Again!
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta get out of here, man. They're killing me. That's my comfort food. Oh, there's a recorder. Yeah, did the twins use it at the same time? I don't understand. Like, I get the part of the joke is that some of these things clearly are not ingredients. But like, what is the thought process for a lot of these? Because they're technically, some of them are related to the bosses, some aren't. What is a diaper? It's just...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like, when you look at these things and you think, okay, you just random.
My name is Shake Zula, the Mike Ruler, the old schooler. You want a trip? I'll bring it to ya.
And there we go. I was like, please tell me I remember to put that in.
Okay.
I don't even know what else they would be referencing, because they were just like Mr. Shake, Monster Shake. Like, what are they referencing?
It sounds familiar, but I can't think of anything, so there's a good chance it probably is just that.
Yeah. I mean, one of them is just a cardboard box. Oh, man.
I mean, maybe that's the packaging.
That just reminds me of the whole... That squid on a stick just reminds me of when I got... Oh boy. Where I got, where I could get like squid in the seafood mix. And it's surprisingly hard to cook right. Octopus is easier. And I can't
Right.
even look at that seafood mix anymore. I just go into like the freezer sections, like the general freezer sections of supermarkets, and have to prevent myself from crying.
I'm assuming just out of reach.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I could technically get it, but then I'd have to forego a lot of the other stuff I have to buy in bulk to keep me satiated. Um, so it would just be a poor decision, and there's so many times where I'm just like, I gotta be a responsible adult. I'd regret it later if I wasted it on this, even though I really, really want a Hot Pocket.
Yeah, it's a rough part about adulthood is having to make those sacrifices.
Well, part of the thing that would help is the fact that you have a freedom to do almost everything else to supplant it. But you and I both know the conversation that would come from that, especially from me. So I'm just going to leave that alone and say that we finally finished Prinny.
Yeah, it's nice.
So put that one on the finish list, and maybe I'll stop staring at the other situations where I had to put a lot of things on hold. Hi, Mega Man Battle Network, that eventually got a collection of things that actually gives it the definitive version.